Here we are, June 9th. I've been hitting record before I'm prepared. So I want to catch myself off guard. And I'm saying this so that you know what I'm doing to myself. I don't want you to think I'm just a man over here prepared to do a podcast. This is shallow, baby. I'm at home. I'm at my home desk office. Just left the doctor's office. Yearly exam. It's my yearly physical. I don't know if y'all get those. But if you haven't, you go in and you give a blood sample. Well, they draw your blood. They draw your blood. And then they also ask, hey, do you think you'd be able to leave a urine sample? I like that they ask, do you think? And sometimes I'm always trying to focus on, I'm always really focused on the caliber of energy in my response to that. Hey, do you think you'd be able to leave a urine sample? Yup. Woohoo. Oh boy, I can. It just looks like I'm about to pee my pants. It looks like I am full of urine. I'm a water balloon. Yup. Excuse me, sir. Would you be able to leave a urine sample? Oh yeah. Who, me? Now I'm like, yeah, I can leave it. Yeah, I can, sure. I mean, I can see what I can do. I can see what I can do. How does that sound? I'll see what I can do. But I just wrote on Threads. Let me make sure I read it. I want to read it correctly so you guys know. Why is leaving a urine sample at the doctor's office so embarrassing? It's like, yep, here's that cup of piss you asked for. Be careful. It's a little warm. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's like, I mean, I know it's going to a good thing. Like, I know they send me the thing in the patient portal and I get to go. I don't even know what I'm looking for, but I'm like, blood looks good. Urine looks good. Man, God help us. God help me. Anyways, labs today, doctor's appointment next week. Shout out to Dr. Jen. Dr. Jen has been saving my life, yo. I told her, also, I'm not like the healthiest person. But at the same time, she is MacGyvering my body. Pill by pill, lab and blood and urine check, sample by urine sample. I climb Mount Kilimanjaro. She's like, what are you up to? And I'm like, I'm going to Africa. Right now I'm going to say, I just came back from Africa. And she's like, oh, okay. Does that explain all the mosquito bites on your arms? Yes, ma'am. You got it, doc. Do you think you'd be able to leave a urine sample? Oh, yeah. I Kool-Aid man through the, oh, yeah. I don't know the context in which you're listening to this. So, just like Ryan said last week, NSFW stands for not safe for women. This podcast is not safe for women. Dude, if you're married or if you have a significant other, you're a man, and your wife or your spouse or significant others, I hate that they're having to listen to me talk like this. I would never talk like this. I'm doing that for this podcast. And this is only good for like you and me, like your solo audio consumption, if that makes sense. But yeah, man, I just got back from Africa. Guys, I am so sorry. I went back and looked at when I had uploaded the Ryan episode last week. The one about evangelical things. And I saw that the taco sushi episode 14 came out on March 2nd, and then I uploaded that on June 2nd. March, April, May, June. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 2 months. Is that 2 months? Wait, March, April. That's 1 month. May. That's another month. June. That's 3 months. I'm really having trouble counting here. That's 3 months. Man. Well, I will say I was on the Mount Zion Josiah Queen tour, and that was a long time. But I had a great time on that tour. And I'm going to tell you something. I brought my podcast equipment to every city and did not record a single podcast. And I'm sorry about that. Dude, I was hanging out with incredible people. Oh my gosh. Jervis Campbell. We were on the same bus as Jervis Campbell. Okay. Gable Price. He was on our bus too. Dude, Nick Ceballeros. He drums for Jervis Campbell. He was on our bus. All of these would have been great podcast gets. My buddy Josh Lopez. We just spent time bowling. Every time that we could have been recording a podcast, he and I were bowling. Or by bowling, I mean he was putting up record numbers and I was frustrated. He put up a personal best of like 242 one time. And I was like, hey, man, I am never bowling with you again. Anyways, all that to say that I should have been recording podcasts. But that tour was it was a lot. That was the first longest tour like that I'd done. And I learned a lot. And I just, it was just, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I didn't have the type of time/creative juice to sit in front of a microphone and yap like I thought I was going to have. But other than that, it was really fun. That started off, I think, the beginning of March. We did 2.5 weeks straight. And then that was like the kind of the East Coast thing. And I came back for 2 weeks during Easter. Somebody commented like, hey, yo, is the podcast on? And I totally said, I will record a podcast and upload. I did not record. It was Holy Week, man. Come on. It was Lent. You know what I gave up for Lent? This podcast. And then after that, I'm going back to my calendar here. I traveled a bunch, man. I've done too much flying this year already. And it's June 9th. Okay, so we're home, Easter, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And then I went back out on May, I think, whenever that was. Yeah, let me see here. Okay, yeah, April 8th, we went back out, New Mexico. We were in Albuquerque, and then we finished up that Sunday, like that. We did 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, West Coast, and we finished up in LA, and I left the venue in downtown LA and rode in an Uber straight to LAX, flew home that night, got home at like 9 a.m. on that Monday, and and then I was home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on Thursday, I got on a 6 a.m. flight to fly back to Sacramento, back to the West Coast, California. A lot of my manager was like, are you really going to fly coast to coast to be with your family and then go back? And she was like, sometimes the time that you get to be home, you're so tired and you want to do laundry, you want to do chores. Sometimes it's not, you regret going home. And you also are kind of like disrupting. Anyways, she wasn't saying that as like a negative thing. She was just her husband tours a lot. And so she was just trying to be like, hey, it's going to be a lot. Also, it's a red eye. Do you, boo-boo. That's how my manager talks. That's how she emails. No. So I did fly home, got to spend 3 days. That was actually a good time. I'm really glad I came home. And then flew back to Sacramento, on that Thursday. And then, boy, were we just gone. That Thursday, we went from April 16th. I didn't get home until, May 9th. That's 3.5 weeks straight. Felt like I was at war. I'll tell you that. Not the tour. Just dude. I'd call my kid. I started writing letters with a quill. With a quill by candlelight. That's at that point. Like FaceTime couldn't cut it. That's how long I was gone. My dearest Grace. And I had to do that voice every time I wrote a word. The voiceover of an old pirate would read it. My dearest Grace. Alas,
It has been week 1 of the Mount Zion tour. Next stop, Spokane, Washington. Woo! And after that, we're going to Garden City, Idaho. Idaho? No, Idaho. No,
I'm kidding. So I had to write home. I had to write home a lot. That's what I had to do. FaceTime didn't work. I had to use old stained paper. Old stained paper and a quill. I had to dip it in ink. I was trying to make the sound. Sorry. I'm sorry. But anyways, and I couldn't even, there was no courier. There was no mail system. That's how long I was gone. I just had to put my letter, I had to roll it up into a bottle and put a cork on it. And then I had to toss it into the ocean and then hope that it would sail from Seattle all the way to the east coast of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where it would wash up on shore and my wife would read it. Anyways, 3.5 weeks, really long, really long. I think towards the end of that, I think some people had done a tour that long before. I had not. I know JQ's camp, they were like, I don't think we're ever going to book a tour like this again. But I'm glad I did it. It was a bunch of fun. Like, got to be on stage every single night. Some nights were better than others. But you know what? You live and you learn, and you can't learn unless you live. I just came up with that. Did it sound deep? Did it sound deep? Did it sound like I wrote that? I read that on Tumblr in 2014. I'm 14 and this is deep. But yeah, came back from the tour, got back home. Really, really, really fun. It was great to be back home. Boy, was I excited to be back home. What did I do when I got home? Changed the air purifier filters. That was in my calendar. Y'all not taking air purification seriously. If you're listening to me right now and you don't have an air purifier within 3 feet of you, what are you doing? If you don't, I turned it off for the sake of the podcast. If you're not purifying the air, what are you doing? Anyways, I haven't changed that. I had to order it on Amazon. It's coming in today, so I had to change those. But those filters need it. So then I was home for a little bit. Took my family to Nashville. We had a really great time. That was a Grown Up Church Kids live show. That's the podcast I'm doing with Duan. I think like 6 or 7, I'm sorry, episodes are out of that show. Doe's episode came out. Tripley is about to come out on the podcast. He did it. Ian Simpkins, shout out to Ian Simpkins. He was on an episode of Grown Up Church Kids. A couple more podcasts to go, have to be released. They all drop on Sunday. Go check those out wherever you get your podcasts. So I went to the Grown Up Church Kids live show in Nashville. Took my family with me. We drove. That was really fun. We got a Honda Odyssey with a DVD player right now. So that's a blast. Also, I've been burning DVDs illegally. I have been telling everyone about this, but never on the record. Guys, I'm just making DVDs. Now, I'm pirating again. I'm pirating like it's 2004, and my brother just taught me how it works. That's what I'm at. Okay? So I tell my kid, what do you need? What do you need? Tell me. What do you want? What do you want? You want Sonic 1, 2, and 3 on DVD? I got you. You want the 2014 Annie musical starring a Black Annie and Jamie Foxx? I got you. I've been burning mad DVDs, man. What do you want? What do you want? You want Kung Fu Panda 1, 2? No, we had 1. We bought 1 at the store. You want Kung Fu Panda 2, 3, and 4 on DVD? My son, I got you. Give me a couple of minutes and a Sharpie. I'm burning DVDs, boy. So that was fun. That Nashville trip was really fun. Stayed at an Airbnb in East Nashville. Great time over there. Oh my God. I don't know if you're in or around Nashville, but my wife I'd been to this restaurant with Gracie Binion and her husband Malachi. Shout out to Gracie Binion. Goodbye yesterday. I'm living in the light of a new day. I go again and 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 I could sing that. I could sing that. I should have sang that for like 5 minutes. Just really derail the podcast. You're like, what is Shama on? Again and again and again and again and again and again. Anyways, when I was in town in Nashville recording some episodes of Grown Up Church Kids, shout out to Gracie. She came on the show, and her and her husband, everybody, the crew and Dwan and everybody like left. They were all going to leave. And Gracie was like, hey, do you want to get dinner with us? And I was like, absolutely. I was just going to go eat Uncrustables at the Airbnb by myself and write a letter to my wife with my quill, candlelight, and papyrus paper. But, yeah. So I got dinner with them, and they took me to this restaurant. It's a Michelin recommended restaurant called Show Pizza. Show SHO Pizza. They're there in East Nashville, and man, you want to talk about pizza? That's some good pie. So good. They fly in all the ingredients from Italy or something like that. I don't know, man. Maybe, hopefully, I'm not wrong, but really, really good time. Enjoyed it. So when we were in Nashville, I realized, the Airbnb we're staying at, kind of close to Show. And I was like, I'm not going to drag my wife and 4 kids to Show. So I went and picked it up. We got Sonic for the kids. First of all, I need to back up. I got to back up. Before I get to Show Pizza, I need to set this up better. I hate it when a restaurant, you go online, you're on Google Maps or something, and you find a restaurant, and a restaurant makes you get a reservation. I can't stand that. So you mean your website, I had to go to your website, okay? I had to type in my first, last name, my email, and then I had to pick a reservation time amongst a myriad of blackout times for some odd reason. And then you texted me a confirmation code, and I had to type that into your website. And then I show up to the restaurant. I show up with my family, and it's a ghost town. Hey, who do you think you are, Rainforest Cafe at Opry Mills Mall in Nashville? You made me book a reservation. I didn't have to. I could have just rolled in. You made me book a reservation when I didn't have to book a reservation. You implied that it was a hopping time. That's what I expected. I expected to walk in and it would be like the Outback Steakhouse commercials. Do you remember those? Dude, I used to think Outback Steakhouse was lit. Yeah, because the commercials, dude, it was just Australian people in swimming trunks and bikinis like playing volleyball at the beach. Outback Steakhouse, no rules, just right. I remember thinking, oh, man, I want to go there so bad. Then I went. Just a restaurant. It's just tables. It's not just a restaurant. They have blooming onions, but it's just a restaurant. That's it. There's no ladies in swimwear playing volleyball. There are no dudes with silly hats doing the limbo. It's just a restaurant. Anyways, when you told me. When a restaurant tells you to book a reservation, you should assume it's hectic in there. Dude, I got to that Rainforest Cafe. It wasn't hectic in there. And my son was like, it's way too dark in here, Dad. And my daughter said, and we didn't bring an umbrella. So we left. We left. And we picked up Sonic for the kids. And then I told my wife, listen, I'm going to go pick up Show Pizza for us. We fed the kids Sonic, and then we put them to bed. And by put them to bed, we mean we let them lay in their beds and watch Camp Rock on my MacBook in their room. And then I went to pick up some Show Pizza, got 2 pizzas. I think I got 3 pizzas. They're small. Brought them back, and my wife and I enjoyed those pizzas. And they were, listen, if you know my wife, this next sentence will make a lot of sense. It was so good that my wife, she finished the pizza and she looked at me and said, I could eat there tomorrow night too. And that's huge because my wife is not a meal repeater. I don't know if y'all married or know a woman like that. They're not really messing. Dude, I'm a pig. I'll eat the same slop night after night. I don't even use a plate. I put it in a trough. Dude, I'm the type of person, I'll be out of town. I mean, listen, hunger is the best seasoning. If I'm like low on funds and I'm like, I'm not going to Chipotle. I'll tell you what my guilty pleasure is a sushi bowl. I love a sushi bowl, man. But if I can't afford the $15 rice, avocado, carrot, seaweed, eel, and/or salmon bowl, I'm just getting a couple of boxes of Uncrustables and I'm throwing them in the refrigerator or the hotel or Airbnb, and I'm pounding those bad boys for the duration of my stay. Anyways, show pizza was a blast. Highly recommend. Hey, can we offer you would you be willing to give a urine sample? Yeah. That's what they ask you at show. They ask you, what kind of pizza what would you like to drink? And also, would you be able to give a urine sample? Oh, yeah, that's never not going to be funny to me. Would you be able to, excuse me, sir, would you be able to leave a urine sample? Would I? This episode is peaking too. I'm recording this on the Motive Mix software on my computer. Should not. I should have just used my Zoom recorder. Sorry about that. Anyways, I got back home from, so it was, dude, the cities that I've been in this year, absolutely nuts. Albuquerque, Arizona, California, Oregon. I was in Vancouver, British Columbia, Seattle, Minnesota, Denver, and then Nashville, and then after that I was in Rwanda. Go crazy, dude. It goes crazy. I use this app. I don't know if you fly a lot, but even if you don't, there's this app called the Flighty app. Flight with a Y at the end, and on that app, I just just inputs your flights from your calendar, and dude, flights this year go nuts. But yeah, it's been cool. It's been quite a great time in Africa. Africa was so much fun. Rwanda, we were in Rwanda for 7 days, and then we went to, where were we at? We were in Zimbabwe for 4 or 5 days. That was a blast. Really glad I got to go. I think you heard a little bit from Ryan. Faith Comes by Hearing is a great ministry. They give people audio Bibles. They set up listening groups that people just gather once a week to listen to Scripture, and that's something that, if you've been in ministry or any type of mission trip, that's something that I feel like everybody could get behind. So check them out. I think I linked them in last week's episode. But definitely worth a watch. Also, Edge of the World series. I'm going to be in a couple episodes of that whenever they come out. That was a great time too. So check that out as well. Just watch the episodes regardless of whether I'm in them or not. You should just watch them. They're really encouraging, especially as a Christian. If you feel hopeless, I'll tell you what. That's like, if you feel, now I sound like a Christian radio host. Are you feeling hopeless? Hopeless, helpless, staring at you. Is that? I'm so into you. That's from the Hamilton. Helpless. Yeah. Look into your eyes and the sky's the limit. I'm helpless. If you're feeling hopeless, somebody should make a remix. Of that hopeless. No. Anyways, if you feel like, man, there's not enough ministry or mission going on, check out Faith Comes by Hearing. I feel like they are they're really doing a lot of heavy lifting, and you're not only just getting the word of God to people, but also, man, just it was really encouraging to hear the testimonies of people who love God's word, hearing it in their native language, in their heart language, that's what they call it, and then also just growing from that. So yeah, flew back from Zimbabwe, and I got back Thursday morning. My wife and kids picked me up at the airport. I did pretty good. We had a long flight from Zimbabwe. We flew from Zimbabwe down to Johannesburg, South Africa, and then we had a 7-hour layover in South Africa. Highly recommend. No, we went to a good restaurant there, and I found my wife some beautiful earrings. Some beautiful earrings. That's what I did. And then what else did we do there? We hung out, checked on our flight, and we were on a 16-hour, 25-minute flight from Johannesburg to Atlanta. And I'll tell you what. You got to sleep on that flight. That's the only way to pass the time. So I got me a couple of Benadryls. I got me a couple of Bennies, and then they gave me that. I remember the food options were abysmal on that Delta flight, man. It was like, you want chicken or pasta or whatever? It's like, bro, chicken or beef, whatever. I had some type of meat with a steamed veggie situation that was way too hot. How do they get food that hot on airplanes? Hey, check, testing. Is this thing on? How do they get the food that hot on? I know it's a microwave, but I think they're using different technology. Hey, microphone check. How are they getting the beef or chicken that hot on airplanes? We're that high up. How long are they microwaving that junk, dude? And then, so I ate, slept, and then I watched a couple of movies. I don't even think I watched two. I finished one, and I watched Rental Family with Brendan Fraser. That's a great movie. Highly recommend. It was really good. It was he plays an out of work actor in Japan who signs up for this agency where the gig is you become a family member who gets rented to these different families to play as a dad or a parent or a friend or whatever. Really good movie. I don't know where it's at right now, but check it out. And if you can't check it out, I know a dude who will burn you a DVD. Me. I could burn. Actually, that's how I watched the movie. No, I watched like 10 minutes of it through my Waze, and then I watched the rest of it on a Delta flight from Johannesburg to Atlanta. 16 hours, 25 minutes. Yeah, I got to repeat that often. Anyways, that was fun. Got Chick-fil-A. We landed. Good old USA. The moment we landed, got off the plane, a bald eagle landed on my shoulder. How does a bald eagle sound? I don't know. And I hold the land of the free and the whole. Gentlemen, start your engines. That's what you hear when you land back in the USA from a different country. Do you want to feel patriotic? Dude, you want to feel patriotic? Dude, land back in the USA from a different country and read that "Welcome to the United States of America" sign. Read that. Tell me if that doesn't bring a tear to your eye. Then the two lines, dude, look at the one that says U.S. citizens. Walk under that sign and see if you don't feel like Mel Gibson's character in The Patriot. Oh, man. Anyways, good to be back. Flew back with Luke and Ryan from Faith Comes by Hearing. Davey and Matthew, the two other guys who were on the trip with us, they had to fly up to Ghana to work on filming some things up there. So just the three of us flew back, and we landed. We walked under that welcome to the United States of America sign, and then we walked under that U.S. citizen sign to go to the U.S. citizen lane, and then we got Chick-fil-A. We got Chick-fil-A for breakfast. That was a good time. Got some biscuits, some minis, a coffee in there. That was a great time. And then we parted ways bittersweet. They had a little bit of a layover, and then they were flying back to Albuquerque, and my flight was pretty soon, right after we landed. So I had like an hour or so. Flew home. Wife and kids picked me up on their backs, not in a car. They carried me home like a snail. I just rode on their backs like an elephant with those little birds. No, they came home. Man, unpacked. I brought back so much honey. I don't know if I could say that, but anyways, I brought back so much honey, and one of the jars like didn't really explode, but yeah, just some of the honey leaked out, ruined the suitcase. Luckily, it was a Goodwill suitcase, anyways. That's what I do. My mom and I, we exchange so many things every time I go to Africa. Like when my mom comes and visits, she'll go back with a bunch of extra stuff, clothes, food, whatever, gifts for people. And so as opposed to buying new suitcases, we just go to a thrift store and we'll buy like a $4 luggage suitcase. And so that was a good thing. It was that it got a bunch of honey. I took a suitcase because my mom flew to Rwanda to see me, her son. My mommy flew to see me. Anytime I feel grown, I have to remember that I'm just a man with a mommy who sometimes my mommy comes to see me, or I've got to go see my mommy. Hold on, my mommy is calling me. 34-year-old grown man. My mommy is, hold on, I got to return my mommy's phone call. I just gave a urine sample. Hold on, I got to FaceTime my mommy. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed that as much as my soul did just then. But so I took some stuff from my mom when she came to Rwanda, and I was like, hey, Mom, could you bring me a janky suitcase? Because she was going to bring me some stuff. And I was like, bring me a janky suitcase and we'll just exchange suitcases. So we exchanged, and the one that she gave me, that's the one that got the honey in it. Not a loss. I just took it straight to the dump and threw it away because it was all of $6 and not really a loss. I needed it to work. The wheels held up. That's a good thing. Most times the wheels just give out. Now you're... Dude, people be like, oh, you're dragging your suitcase. It was $4, my man. I don't care. Anyways, it's good to be back home. Levi, the new one, he is 5 months old. Oh man, 5 months, and I've missed like a month and a half of his upbringing just traveling. Sheesh. When I put it like that, it's kind of depressing. But we knew it was happening. Knew it was coming. So, little bittersweet, but glad to spend the time with him that I get to spend now. Got to roll around on his little blanket with him today. Well, he's not really rolling yet. My daughter's like, he rolled over. He's just on his side. That's stolen valor. He needs to go back to belly to back. He's not doing that yet. He's doing belly to side or back to side. He's not doing the 180. Stolen valor. Don't tell me he rolled over when he didn't roll over. But it's fun to watch him. Fun to be home. It's hot. It's hot. I think the high is like 85 this week or something. A little cloudy today, so it might be a little better. Got my son a bike. Might be biking around the neighborhood some. And then I'm home. I'm just home for a little bit. Oh, dude, Forrest Frank concert next week in Charlotte. Forrest Frank concert next week in Charlotte. I cannot wait to go. Dude, this is Forrest Frank, Tori Kelly, Corey Asbury, and the Figs. The Figs are the duo that wrote the Lemonade song that Forrest ended up picking up that did really well. Dude, Forrest Frank has the Figs playing in the parking lot of these arenas. They're not on the mains. I think they come out for like a song on the main stage. Dude, they're opening the show outside. It is so funny. So I've been DMing those guys. I'm like, yo, I gotta come and support you guys in Charlotte. You guys, I might not even go to the Forrest Frank part of the concert. I'm just gonna go and support the Figs, dude. Forrest has got the Figs on a fruit stand. So I'm going there. And then what else am I doing? I'm pretty much, my wife put VBS on the calendar. I'm not doing that. My son turns 7 next month in July. This is, dude, it's his 6-7 themed birthday. It's his 6-7 themed birthday. And if you don't think I'm doing the hand motions right now, you got another thing coming. Got a beach trip planned. My wife has a girls trip planned, whatever that means. I don't know who's going to watch the kids. Not me. And then I'm going on tour. Oh, I got to promote this real quick. Sorry. I'm bad at this. Okay. July 18th, I'm at the Louisville Comedy Club. Pull up. July 30th, I am at the City Winery in St. Louis. Please come to that. On July 26th, did I say July? July 18th, Kentucky. July 19th, I'm at City Winery in Louisville. City Winery in St. Louis. And then July 26th, I'm at the Comedy Club at Duckworth's in Charlotte. And then August 7th and 8th, I'm in Goshen, Indiana at the Funny Farm. I'm calling this tour the Sold Out Tour, which is just a great bit because now anytime somebody asks me about it, they're like, hey, how's the Sold Out Tour going? And here's the gag. Here's the gag. It's not sold out. I'm calling it the Sold Out Tour because that's a bit. I'm doing a bit in the title of the tour. So it's going to be really funny to pull up to Louisville and to tell jokes for $50 to like 3 people. Same thing with St. Louis, Charlotte, and Goshen, Indiana. Goshen, Indiana. I haven't even looked up how far of a drive that is for me. Dude, it's Funny Farm, dude. It's FUNNYPHARM. It's the Funny Farm. It's the funniest farm. Ha 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 ha. Hold on. Let me see how long of a drive it is all the way up there. Dude, it's 10 hours. It's 10 hours and 34 minutes. Whoa, it's 670 miles. Or I could take a 4-hour flight for $400. Hey, that would cut into my earnings. I got to play this gig and sleep in my car, bro. But anyways, come out to some of those shows. All 30 of y'all who listen to this podcast. That'd be fun. And then, unemployed rest of the year. Don't got jack going on. So the earnings of the Sold Out Tour have to survive, have to keep me afloat until another CCM artist calls me to MC their tour for 34 shows like Josiah did. That's it. Hey, real quick, I just want to ask you a question. Would you be willing to leave a urine sample before you go? Ooh, yeah. My neighbors have no idea what's going on. Got a set of golf clubs. Shout out to my buddy Peabod up in Seattle. Peabod's an artist, rapper, insanely talented. Dude, he showed me a single off his new album. It's the truth. So he gave me a check Peabod out if you have it. Peabod. And then also he gave me a set of golf clubs, dude. And then I'm so thankful. And then we were in Nebraska and I found a golf bag. I found a golf bag for $10 in Nebraska. And now I got golf shoes already, and I've got a couple of polos, and now I have to learn how to golf. Now I have to learn how to golf. But we did go to, where did we go? We went to Topgolf, and boy was I spanking the ball, dude. Dude, in the bay we were in, I won like 1 or 2 rounds. I was Tiger Woodsing out there. This whole podcast could have just been coffee with a friend. What am I doing here? What part of me is so narcissistic? And anyways, hey, just leave that urine sample in the little window in the bathroom, and I'll get to it from the other side, and I'll wait for it to cool down. I'll wait for it to cool down, and then after you leave, I'll pick it up, and I'll record another one of these next week. See ya.